of the things that experts at tango or acting or magic might be able to teach us is what components of social interaction, what processes can be automated or routinized so that they don't have to think about them while they're doing them. And this can be very useful also for people with autism or schizophrenia or Moebius syndrome who need to automate or routinize the compensatory strategies that they use so that they don't have to think about them and be distracted by them while they're doing them. I'm very interested in understanding just how it is that humans are quite so good at social cognition and social interaction. So we're very good at predicting and understanding other people's behavior and coordinating our own behavior with others. The body plays important roles in cognition generally, and in particular in social cognition. We have relatively automatic bodily processes like gaze following. So we tend to follow other people's gaze, to look where they're looking. And this helps us to understand what they're attending to anticipate their behavior. Also, emotional resonance, so we tend to resonate with other people's expressions of their emotion, which enables us to empathize with them, to understand their emotional states, and also to correctly anticipate their behavior on the basis of those emotions. Many people like to think of bodily processes as an alternative to sophisticated cognition, but I think it's also a very important challenge to understand the relationships between more sophisticated cognitive processes and bodily processes. So one study that we recently did involved people with Moebius syndrome, and people with Moebius syndrome can't move their facial muscles or are more or less impaired in moving their facial muscles, which makes it difficult for them to express their emotions facially. We encouraged these individuals to use more hand gestures and also their voices to express themselves and thereby to compensate for their lack of expressiveness in the face. And what we found was that this helped them to establish rapport and mutual understanding with another person. And interestingly, it also seemed to lead to even greater changes in the other person without Moebius syndrome with whom they were interacting, which suggests that to a large extent, the difficulties that people with Moebius syndrome and maybe also people with autism or schizophrenia have in social interaction lies with the other person, that the other people don't feel comfortable because they're not getting the information that they're expecting, and so they just don't act naturally. In recent decades, a very typical approach has been to investigate cases like autism or schizophrenia, where social cognition doesn't run as smoothly as it does in my case or your case, and to try to learn from these special cases how social cognition normally works. And what we're exploring now is a complementary approach, so looking at experts in social cognition. So actors, magicians, therapists, dancers, and to try to figure out what they do differently. Are there particular cues that they give that others don't give, or that they pick up on that others don't give? Do they practice? Are they aware of doing anything differently? So what can we learn from these people, these experts, about normal social cognition? The Center for Subjectivity Research has been an excellent environment in which to develop this kind of approach, because it's a rich and diverse group of people who can offer suggestions and feedback and who are interested in a broad range of topics. So it's really been very fruitful, and I think it will continue to be an optimal environment to develop this kind of project. This kind of integrative approach that I've sketched has a great deal of potential, and we've just started to tap it with the results from the study with Moebius syndrome and from various other research projects that I've been involved with. And in order to fully tap the potential, it's going to take time to gradually develop various methods and to be open to using all kinds of different methods on a case-by-case basis. So to really fully exploit the potential of this kind of embodied approach to social cognition, it's just going to take time and patience.